Okay, let me start recording. So you know very well that on 23rd of November you are going to have your monthly test. So we are going to have some revision today because on Sunday we don't have our class. Our class is not scheduled on Sunday. On Monday directly you will have your test. So I prefer that we should revise some important things from this chapter. Keep in mind that chapter 8 is included and the text of this chapter is very important, whatever written over here. You are going to have these questions. All these topics which are mentioned over here. So we are going to have such questions in the exams. Whether these are MCQs or these are short questions. Let's suppose if we started from the page 122 when the chapter is being started. What kind of software is Flash? Flash is a package software used for creating interactive web pages that combine images, sounds, videos, and animations. Does not matter that it is only for web pages. No, it is not only for web pages. Basically, it is to create the, who is doing this, who is writing on the a number of time I have told you that whenever this is not closed you don't need to do with it. I can see the names, then I will have to send those students out of the class. All the students will keep the cameras closed. Okay, keep the cameras closed. So Flash is basically a software in which we can create animations, means moving objects, using images, sound, even video can be included in it. And we can have different objects drawn, different images, different type of objects that are basically having animation with them, having movement with them. Okay. Now, those who have joined late, I would like to tell them we are revising chapter number 8 because on Sunday we don't have any class and on Monday we are going to have the test. Okay. And you know very well that on 23rd, on Monday, you are going to have the test. An important thing that I have mentioned that 15 marks are there for the MCQs and you know that 5 marks are there for the short questions. So what kind of software is Flash? Is basically animation based software. When we open the Flash, we take ActionScript 3.0 to start the uh, new file. Control N is the shortcut to have a new file. Whenever you take a new file, you have got stage in the beginning. Let me open the Flash as well. We have got the stage in the beginning, and stage is basically the area. What we call it? Stage. Now keep in mind. What do we call it? Stage. What is the name of this area where we are working? It may be asked in the MCQs. What is the name of this area? This is not canvas. This is not text area. Just like in Microsoft Word, we call it text area. Okay. This is not slide. In PowerPoint, what do we call it? We call it slide because in PowerPoint the slides are there. Different pages of the PowerPoint are called slides. But over here in the Flash, we call it, what do we call it? We call it that it is basically the stage on which we are going to draw different things. When we take the stage, when we take a new file, the stage size, the default stage size is, it may be asked in the MCQs, the default stage size is dash, or which of the following is the default stage size. You are going to say 550 by 400. The default color is white. The default frames per second that comes when you take a new file is 12 frames per second. Okay. So these are the things that we must understand. Even if we go to the this option of size, we can see over there that we can change the dimensions, length and breadth afterwards. We can change the background color depending on our requirement. Frame rate we can increase or decrease. Okay, so these all things are there. These things can be asked in the MCQs. So keep in mind that MCQs are important in this regard, that whatever we have studied, let's suppose over here if I say, let's suppose now see an example of the MCQs. If I say which option is not available in the document properties, what is it? This is document properties. Which option is not available in the document properties? Dimensions, background color, frame rate, or layer name. So you are going to say layer name because layer name is not here. Here layer name is there, dimensions are there, background color is there, frame rate is there, but layer name is not there. So in this way, such kind of questions will be asked about different things in your MCQs. Okay, then if we come to the text once again, those who have not joined with their full names and the classes mentioned in front of the names, they should leave and rejoin. Those students who have not mentioned their classes at the end of their name, they should leave and rejoin. So these are basically the document properties. We can set up these document properties. But now come to the tool panel. Tool panel's introduction we had taken and we had understood a number of things in the tool panel. Over here you can see that tool panel contains the number of tools. Now if you see over here, tools are there, view area is there, colors are there, options are there. These are the four parts in the tool panel. Now come to the basically this is one line, this is one line, this is one line, and this is one line. Okay, so these are basically the lines which are separating some components from each other. Some components are being separated from each other. Over here if you see, you'll be able to know that in the first part we have got selection tools. Selection, free transform, and lasso tool is there in the first part. In the second part, we have got the drawing tools and the text tool, line tool, rectangle, primitive rectangle, oval, etc., pencil, brush. These tools are available over here. Over here, you can see over here that paint and color related tools are there. Just like eyedropper tool is there to select the color, to take the color. Eraser tool is there basically to remove any color or any area. Paint bucket tool is there, and similarly ink bottle tool is available over here. So these are basically the areas that they have divided in. Number one, tools are there. We can divide these then in three parts. Tools, just like selection tool, drawing tool, painting tool. These all are tools. View, the options which are related to the view, we can maximize and minimize. Maximize, minimize buttons are also there. You can see that this is the zoom button, and we can do maximize and minimize according to our requirement whenever we have got any object. Okay, maximize and minimize can be applied. When we press Ctrl 2, then we come to the original stage size. You need to remember these four options, colors and options. Options are at the end whenever you take any of the object, just like I take pencil, then these are called options. This is option area. When you take pencil, what are the options in the pencil? Straight line, smooth line, okay, ink line. When you take the brush, what are the options in the brush? Small brush, large brush, extra large brush, different designs of the brush. These are called options. When you take any of the object, then you have got the options over here. And with the options, you can see that you have also got the property palette, property window. This window is called property inspector. Can you see this? I have selected pencil. Now in the property inspector, I can change the thickness of the pencil that I am using. I can change it. I can change the design of the line that I will draw. Any design that I want to take. Okay. I can change the color of the pencil that I am going to use. So all these options are there that are available. This window is called property inspector. Now if we come to the colors and options, I hope you will be able to write if any MCQs comes. So basically all the tools are divided into these four categories: tools, selection tool, drawing tool, painting tool. View, when we have got zooming buttons, zooming options. Colors, we have got stroke color and fill color, stroke color, fill color, paint bucket, ink bottle. These are the color related options. Options are when we select basically any tool, we have got some modifiers. Modifiers means some different options in it. That is called options. Hand tool is there to move here and there on the object. Hand tool is also basically, you can see this is the hand tool. Using hand tool, you can move the stage up and down according to your requirement. Depending where you are working, you can zoom in and out. Property inspector window is very important. You are going to have MCQs about the property inspector window. You can see over here what is the property inspector window. This is basically the property inspector window. If I take a primitive rectangle over here, then you can see that what are the different options available over here. Some different options are there, and these options, about these options, you are going to have different kinds of MCQs. If I select, let's suppose over here I select polygon, then we are going to have, going to take full line. Then what kind of polygon you want to have? Polystar, these are the options. So MCQs will be constructed on that. What are the two different options available in the polygon tool? Polygon and polystar. Basically these are the two options, so you may be asked these questions as well. So if you see the text over here, so property inspector will come, and there will be questions regarding property inspectors about any properties. For example, if I say, right, which one is the property, what are the properties shown in the property inspector when we select rectangle tool? You are going to say outline color, fill color, okay, stroke style, okay, stroke or not, having stroke or not. These are the options. Similarly, what if it is primitive rectangle, then what is there, the angle, how much the rectangle will be banded from the corners. The angle will be there, of course you need to have the angle whenever you are applying this. Okay, so in the primitive rectangle, whenever we have got the angle at the corners, so this option is available in the primitive, not in the normal rectangle. Such kind of things will be asked in the MCQs. Property inspector is very important for any of the objects that we are studying, and we had gone through these all options. We have discussed these all options. Grid is very important. Why grid is used? Let's suppose if I give you MCQ, why grid is used to adjust different objects. For example, this is an object, this is an object, this is an object. Okay, now I want to place these objects. For example, I want to place it over here, and I want to place it at the same level. How would I know that these are at the same level or not? I will go to the view, grid lines, show grids. In this, using this grid lines, I can adjust it on some line. Just like using arrow key, I place it up and I place it up. No, now there is no difference between these two objects that I have got. These are on the same level. Why? Because both have been aligned with some line. Now these grid lines will not come in the animation in the result. The grid lines will not appear in the results. Okay. So grid line is basically a system of intersecting horizontal or vertical lines for placement of the objects. If you want to place the, but same kind of objective is there with the rulers, but rulers are on the left and right side, on the x-axis and the y-axis. So rulers, if the rulers are not switched on, how you can switch on the rulers? You can hide the rulers, you can show the rulers by going to which option? By going to the view option. What is the shortcut for the rulers? Control Alt Shift R. Control Alt Shift R. This is the shortcut. So you may be asked which one is the shortcut of the rulers. Okay. Similarly, how we can switch on grid? How we can switch on grid and switch off grid? What is the shortcut to switch on? Control plus? What is the shortcut to switch off? Control plus. Means using control plus, not only we can switch it on, but also we can switch it off. Okay. But normally the control plus is used to have the maximize button. this button, the magnify. But it is also used when we want to have control plus and comma, control plus and apostrophe. Okay. Basically, the shortcut is control plus and apostrophe. You see over here, control plus and apostrophe. Okay, it is the shortcut. Control plus and apostrophe is also there. Only control apostrophe. Control and apostrophe. Control and apostrophe will bring the grid line. Control apostrophe, control apostrophe. Grid line, show grid line, hide grid line, show grid line. Control and apostrophe. This is the shortcut. It may be asked in the MCQs. Now, if we go to the creating a new document, we know that we can go to the new document by taking action script 3.0. And these are basically the options that we can apply. Okay, what are the properties when we are going to have a new document? I have explained you this window, what are different options available. Keep in mind this window is very important to have MCQs, you know. Short questions will be related to, for example, in the beginning we have got 4 categories of the tools. So short question can come from there as well. Before going towards the attendance, okay, let me take 1 or 2 questions. Yes, Solaf, Ibrahim, you want?
Sir, are you going to get MCQs related to chapter 9 and 10?
No, I think you did not listen. I had explained this thing and it has been shared in the MCQ in this syllabus of the first monthly test. It has been shared in the WhatsApp groups.
Yes, I know, but will you
Yeah.
bring some
No,
things
no.
from them as MCQs?
No, I am just explaining this chapter right now, chapter 8, and I had given once its revision. So, whatever I am saying that the questions will come from this chapter. For example, what is the extension of the Flash file? So, this is available in chapter 8. So, I am going to give, for example, such kind of question. So, you know that .fla is the extension. So, all the things will be from the chapter which is basically chapter
Yes,
8.
sir.
We have got a syllabus from which we are given that. Okay, Iman Zafar.
Sir, are you going to give us a test, an MCQ test?
Sorry,
Are you going to give us an MCQ test?
MCQs test will be conducted in the Google Classroom. I did not understand your question.
No. Are you going to give us a test before the monthly test so we can revise the chapter again?
No, we will have the. I am revising right now. We will have the test on, inshallah, on 23rd of November. Okay, this is the simple one chapter. I have given you 2 times its revision. Once I gave you in the last week, and today again I am revising this chapter's text. Read this text carefully. You will be able to write the answers. Muhammad Safi.
Sir, I have forgot the shortcut of property window.
If you forget any shortcut, just go to that software. In any software, if you forget any shortcut, go there and find it out. Now you are talking about the property window. Find it out whether property
Property
window is there available in which menu
window.
it is available. So you can see over here
Yes.
properties there and you can find out the shortcut from here. Can you see? Any
CTRL F3.
just like tools. If you forget, Control F2 is the shortcut. Timeline, Control Alt Control T. Okay. So these are the things.
Thank you.
Okay, now if you see over here, this is very important. Merging drawing mode. How many modes are there? Basically, 2 types of drawing modes are there in Flash. One is merging drawing mode and one is object drawing mode. What is the difference? Merging drawing mode is the drawing mode where we don't have the objects merged. We have the objects merged. For example, if I take a rectangle and right now I'm going to have this is snap to object. Okay, so this is now basically an object drawn. If I take any other object over here, normal rectangle. Okay, so basically we have got these two types. If you see over here, by default, this is the default drawing mode. In this mode, if one object overlaps two shapes, then the merged together, the area of the covered object is erased. You can see over here, if I merged it with it, now you can see that it has been joined with it. The area of the covered object will be removed in this way. The covered object area has been removed. These are joined in this way. If they are in separate color, for example, this is an object. I take over here is true. And if they are, let's suppose, in separate color, now I have drawn this on it. Now you can see that that particular area which was overlapped, it has been erased. Why? Because these are basically in merged format right now. Okay, to understand this, let us draw a rectangle, and then I have given you this example. Before going towards, let me take the attendance. Okay, so we have got from Aris Khan to Alian Asad, and then Ibrahim bin Ikram, then Muhammad Shahir, then Ubaid Faisal. Okay, sorry, the recording was not started. From Aris Khan to Alian Asad, Alian Asad to Ibrahim bin Wakkar, Muhammad Safi, Sayyid Ayan Mansoor, Varisha. Okay. Now up to here, if you have got any question, please ask me. Then let me complete this chapter. If someone has got anything to ask about it.
Sir, what is the difference between merging them and making them move together? And when you merge them, you can get the two shapes out of each other.
Merging means when we have got this option. Merging means then they will be in the similar color, they will be joined. But if they are in the different colors, so overlapping area will be removed. Just like you can see over here. Now if I bring it over here, it will be joined in this way that the overlapping area will be removed. Okay.
Oh,
So in
okay.
this way, this is basically the case.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. So now we come to the next point. Object mode. This mode draws shapes as separate objects. Shapes do not merge together when they overlay. You can move them apart without altering their appearance. When you select a shape that was created in object drawing mode, it is surrounded by a rectangle bounding box. You can use the pointer tool to move the object. By default, object drawing is turned off. To switch it on, click the object drawing icon in the tools panel. If you go here, now you can see that whenever I am drawing any object, this is basically the merge drawing. Okay, the merge drawing that I am drawing over here. In this example, you can see. Now this is the object drawing. If I take this, now this is the object drawing. The objects are different with each other. They are not joining together. But over here, the objects have joined. Why the objects have joined? Because we had not marked this option. If you see over here, this is the option, object drawing. So you may be asked in the MCQs, what is the option in the object drawing? What is the option that we need to switch on when we want to draw the objects, different objects? This is object drawing. When I am even merging it with this rectangle, these are not getting merged. These are separate still. But in this case, you can see that these are merged. Why? Because when I draw this, so at that time this option was this option. This option was switched off. When I draw this, these will be merged together. Can you see this? These are merged together. These are not getting separate. But when I take this example and I switched it off, switched it on, you can see over here. Now when I am drawing two objects, these are overlapped, but these are not merged. These are still separate. Yes, Abdul Hadi.
Sir, I have a question. Where is the tool merge drawing?
Here is that tool. When you select the rectangle or oval, any shape, then you can see over here object drawing J. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
This is the tool. Now if when I am drawing, these are merged. When I click it, now when I am drawing, these are separate. These are objects, but this is merged. Simple. Okay. Now come to the next point. This is important. Keep in mind. This can be asked in the paper. Selection tool. Selection tool. We have got very well object, which is basically the arrow tool. Arrow tool is basically the normal selection tool that normally we use for our working. Okay. Lasso tool is there for used for selection. And we know we had discussed about if you want to take any portion of the object, then you can apply the lasso tool. We had applied this in this way. You can select any portion of the object freehand and then you can take it out. You can make copy of it. In lasso tool, we have got polygon lasso as well, which draws lines. What is the difference between the lasso tool and the polygon lasso tool? Basically, this is the lasso tool. Okay, we can draw any shape and we can make it separate using lasso tool. But what is basically there in the polygon lasso tool? If I select it over here, you can see the polygon lasso tool is there. Polygon lasso tool is going to draw the lines in this way. And then we can make that object out. So this is the difference between the normal lasso tool and the polygon lasso tool, which is available over here. At the end of this chapter, we have got We have got this tricky terms. Timeline, it is very important. Timeline is there for making the objects movements. Property inspector, grid, what is the purpose of the grid line? Even the question and answers given at the end of this chapter and the MCQs also go through them, because these MCQs can also come. Similarly, we have got the whatever questions we have written in our paper, in our notebooks. These are also important. Go through them. Steps questions will not be there, but you can have the different questions like define lasso tool, define polygon lasso tool, define, let's suppose, the use of the selection tool. Okay. So in this way, you may have the short question as well. In the short question, you are going to be asked the same things which are given in this chapter, not out of this chapter. Why we use grid lines? I'm just giving you example of the short question. What is the purpose of using grid lines? The grid lines are basically the system of intersecting horizontal and vertical lines on the stage to manage the position of an object. It is used to manage the position of the object. So these are some important tools. What is the purpose of the ruler? Why do we use rulers? What is the shortcut to open the ruler? You can go and see in the flash. The shortcuts I have explained you. What is the default extension of the flash file that we make? So discuss the two drawing modes in flash. This is very important. Discuss the two drawing modes in flash. What is the difference between these two drawing modes? Merging drawing mode and object drawing mode. I have explained you both of them. Abdullah Hadi, you want to ask something?
Sir, no, my hand was accidentally raised up.
Okay. So in this way, you are going to have different kind of questions from this chapter. So you need to be very much, careful about the statement, what is written. Read it carefully, then mark the answer. Don't need to be in hurry that you are answering wrong. If you are doing it urgent, or if you are doing it soon, if you are doing it in less time, you are not going to have any award. Do it in the due time. Use your complete time which is given to you and mark right answers. Okay. Yes, Hiba.
Sir, can you explain the polygon lasso tool?
Polygon lasso tool is basically when we select the lasso tool. This is the lasso tool. Lasso tool is basically for freehand selection. Okay, right now I have selected the, sorry, polygon. Lasso tool, when we take the lasso tool, so it is basically for freehand selection. Okay, in this way. This is normal lasso tool. Okay. Now, what is the polygon lasso tool? If you need to select, if you need to select the area which is basically in the shape of lines, you will take lasso tool first. Then you will go to the polygon lasso tool. Now, polygon is basically there to draw some different lines. What I am doing over here, I am drawing some lines. Now I joined it over here. Can you see this, that it has been,
Yes.
this has been separated? Basically there were two objects, so that's why it has been joined. Otherwise it will be separated in this way.
Okay, thank you.
Abdul Rahman Qureshi.
Sir, what is the difference between Action Script 2.0 and 3.0?
Basically, this is not there in our syllabus. Basically, it is related to the coding. Your question is good. Basically, Flash has got these two coding modes. But coding is not there in our syllabus. It is something of higher level. So we have got these two modes of the coding. It was earlier version, it is latest version. Whether in our working, whether we take 2.0 or 3.0, it does not make any difference for us. Why? Because we are not doing coding. But those who are doing the coding behind the different animations, on the basis of the coding, you are taking action. For example, if the user press A, then go left. If the user press right, then go straight. There are conditional programming is there. So when we are going to program it, then we are going to use the coding. Getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Mohammed Safi.
Sir, all the commands and all the tools are same in ActionScript 3.0 and 2.0.
Tools are same. Commands, inside commands, backend commands, you know, which are basically, can you see over here written scene one? Scene one is written over here. We can create the scenes. We can write coding on it. Okay. Just like if I click on it, if I right click on it, I will convert to symbol, but you won't be able to. If I convert to it the button, as I say yes, now it has been converted to the button. Now if I double click on it and I
Okay.
go to the symbol or write action script for it, write some code for it, okay? You can see over here some options
Okay,
are
so
there,
we
up,
cannot do
over,
this.
down, hit. So if it is up, then what is the action that we need to take? Then if it is down, so this is not our syllabus basically. So that's why we did not do it. So this
So,
is the,
sir,
can you see this over here? Say scene one, symbol one. So symbol is basically here, and we have got the scene. So we can go back as well from this scene. Out of the scene, we can go. We can double click and we can enter the scene. So basically, these are some higher level things. But right now over here in our syllabus, we have got only drawings. Yes, Safi.
okay, sir, thank you. Sir, I'm saying that these commands are only in 3.0 and 2.0. It's simple.
Both have got, but in 3.0, some more options are there writing the coding.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, these are good things for the sake of knowledge, but depends basically how much deep you are involved in any software. Then you are going to, nowadays you know very well that